Hey everybody, I'm Byron Gonzalez here from the Latin Alt. We got Salt Cathedral right here to my left or right. I'm not sure if they can see it. I don't know how it's oriented, but hey, hi guys, welcome. Thank you for talking with me today.
Yeah, thank you, Byron.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
We're reunited. You were here
Yeah,
in the
nice to
studio
see you
last year.
again.
Huh?
It's nice to see you again.
Yeah. I wish you could play some acoustic songs. Are you guys going to be playing acoustic later on today or
Yes.
acoustic?
hmm
Oh, dope. Because I know you've to pass the time, you've done a couple DJ sets on your Instagram. Those were really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, you're trying to be a little bit busy and just um, trying to make as much as we can and makes in to a certain proportion to feel if it feels natural, we'll do it. And so we're trying to live this new normal and trying
Yeah.
to.
How are you guys doing during all this right now? I know it's been what, almost 3 months in all this. What are your thoughts at this point in time about it?
Well, it feels really strange because I mean, obviously we'll talk about Corona and like being quarantined, but I think that the kind of like Black Lives Matter took over everything else. So it's kind of like hasn't felt like we're still just like going through this Corona thing. So it's changed a lot. You know, it's like at the first weeks it was like, how long is this gonna last? And we're so like indoors, and then we kind of got used to it, and then the summer came and the weather changed. So it's been
Yeah.
very confusing. I don't think there's been like one throughout vibe. You know, we've been like doing DJ sets, but then we didn't do a lot of them, and then we've done a lot of acoustic performances, which is great because we normally didn't do those before as much. And then yeah, it's been kind of like a wild ride in itself,
Yeah.
I feel.
And you guys live together? Your roommates? Oh, that's really cool. No wonder I was like, how are they? You know, there's this social distancing, but you live together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what has helped you guys, cope through this entire situation? Do you turn to music? I know Nico have been turning to books. What have you guys been doing collectively?
I think in general, kind of like trying to put the pressure off a little bit. I think it's kind of like without noticing we're not like, hey, what should we do to make us happy? But I think in general, it's just like trying to be easy with ourselves. That's what I've been noticing is that we're taking it easy and we're taking our time and we're trying to not pressure anything and, and trying to be gentle with ourselves. I think it's like we didn't thought that this is how it's supposed to be, but we're coping with everything with being gentle with ourselves. I think it's like being in the States. There's this sense of competition. There's a sense of work,
Productivity.
their productivity, and I think right now we're kind of like just not having that extra stress and trying to do what we have to do, but taking our time, basically.
That's good, and especially because you just came out with an album, Charisma, which is really awesome. I loved it. Can't,
Oh, thank you.
I was being real when I said I would use it as my Limpia La Casa album.
See, it's very Casa album, absolutely.
Definitely makes the cleaning go by a little faster and a little more fun. How do you guys feel about the release during this time too? As have you guys been able to promote it as much? How has the routines changed, or if anything, has it changed a lot?
Well, it's kind of like I think it's kind of like a back and forth kind of thing because there's like a huge kind of like it was like we've been working on this album for 3 years, and
Yeah,
so dropping the album is almost like just a weight lifted. So you feel like, okay, I'm done with this, I'm out, but then you realize that you gotta promote it and you gotta do certain things. And so honestly, I think we've been very lucky in the sense that we had opportunities to promote and we have done as much as we can do. And that's we're very cool, like we're very happy about it. And I think obviously we wanted to like we kind of like doing what we have to do, but also I think we're in a stage that I don't know, we're happy with it, and it could obviously you can say like it could have been better, or it could have been worse, or it could be this or that. But I just think it's kind of like we're gonna keep promoting it, like we're gonna keep working on it, and I think um, so far it's been good. I don't think it's like wow, we're so happy to like no, we're good. Like due to the circumstances, I think we're good. We're
Yeah.
riding that wave. We're doing what we have to do. We release the record through these things. We have the opportunities to do things on videos, and we got fed up of doing shows and all this stuff because it get to a point that everybody wants to do a live show with us, and then it's like, well, and now and the money and all this stuff and the effort, and then we have to produce, and then you know, and then you end up in the cycle of like, okay, I'm back. I'm gonna protect myself because my time is precious, and everybody wants to take advantage of. Oh, you want to play this that is gonna give you
Yeah.
like some exposure. And like in the beginning, you're like, yes, of course, because it's the album, and then you realize after the 6, 7 times, it's like Juli now is like editing the thing with her boyfriend. Also, is like helping the video happening, and then you realize like how long are we gonna keep doing? Now we're gonna be
Producing videos.
we're gonna do we're basically a production company with original music, and you're paying me how much? I'm so sorry, but like to a
That
certain
doesn't fly.
extent, it's like we just finished an album that it was a lot of work, and now we're doing this. We're becoming a production company now.
Yeah,
Just
it's
a
like
break, you know.
just pump the brakes, and it took a pandemic, I guess, just kind of like, all right, we can stop and have nobody pressure us.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, and I think it's kind of like you know, it's like we're cool to work and we're cool to this, and especially in these countries, when somebody says I don't want to work, it's like whoa, what are you doing? But it's like, you know, honestly, it's like we're humans and we just want to do the work, we want to do this, but also we want to live a little bit of our lives, and you know,
Yeah.
it really is soul sucking when everybody's looking at you and it's like, please entertain me, please make better music, please play the concert, please. It's like then it's like you become like this entertaining thing that you're like, cool, I like it, it's dope, I'll give you whatever you need, but give me some break. And I feel like we're trying to find that balance where like we need to be happy with ourselves and our lives, and also we will give like our 100% as well to the other people, you know.
Yeah, you still have to be very self-care every
Yes.
And you can it's very easy to get lost, especially in the whole like, oh, but it's promo, but it's promo. We were literally recording one or two like video playing live and videos literally a day and sending
Yeah.
them for the things and signing literally release forms that owned the entire copyright and could do anything with it, either the audio or the video for life in every medium. Like signing off rights right and left. And I was like at some point, like
You gotta say no. You
That's
know, and
it's
also
crazy.
like that's a fascinating thing about our band is we come from high, and our mentality has been always like hands-on, so we don't. There's a lot of artists that they're your labels or people doing their stuff, and now we have a good team, and and it's cool, but we already know how it works. We know our value and our time, and so we've done it before everything ourselves, and so for a long time as well. So the thing is kind of like you go and you see and you're like, okay, I know what's this cycle. I know what's going on, you know. So it's all about protecting yourself and not trying to pretend that you're working for the industry and realize that they're working for you. I'm not talking about management. I'm talking about like basically publicity in general. Everybody wants to see you and like exposure. Yes, it's like obviously you want that, but at the same time you have to say, hey, there's some limits. See ya.
Yeah, you're just human.
Yeah.
It's human. Even themselves, I'm sure they're working their butts off, but they're like, oh, I need a break. But then someone else tells them, no, go out there and tell Salt Cathedral to do this and do that and all that.
Which is cool. Like I love to
I'm
work.
grateful for the
I'm cool.
opportunities, I will say that.
Yeah, I'm cool to talk to you. I think it's really nice. But the thing is, like, there's some companies that then you see that they have a lot of budget
That's
and money and stuff, and it's like you don't even offer. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
that's
we
on
got
it.
an offer from some company wanting us to do a video for nothing, and I looked it up as a publicly traded company on the stock market. I was like, no.
No, that's crazy. So I know you just released this new album and you're kind of taking a break on kind of everything. But are you constantly making music still, or is music still being in the works? Has this pandemic stunted your creativity or challenged it in any way?
Well, you want me to answer?
Yeah, you can talk about the project you're doing.
So what we're trying to do is like basically we're doing a. Okay, I'm gonna get a little philosophical here, and so bear with me, and maybe you're
I
gonna
love
be like,
that. Brain
those
nuggets.
guys are really crazy, or maybe I like this idea and they're very artistic. Either way, it's like kind of like the same. So what happened with like releasing a show, releasing an album during these circumstances is that you're not able to play it live. And I think you as a listener, you kind of want to listen to the records, the songs, and then you go and see the artist live or the musician, whatever you want to call it. And then you see this kind of like a spectrum from the songs. They come to life, and then the physicality of the sound on the stage really makes the song a different kind of like experience, right?
Yeah.
And having a lot of people, it becomes a communal experience.
And it closes a cycle somehow too. And then you hear the album, you see it live, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what happened to us was like we are basically in this process of like we released the record, but we were not able to play it. So what we're trying to do basically is to do this reimagination record of kind of like not remixing, but like trying to like convert these songs in what how would it be, how would they sound if we were doing it right now, and basically trying to make them different so they have a new life. So we already have six, and we're missing three songs, and almost done. And then the first release is gonna be like in a month or something like that. And so it's just revisiting the production and revisiting everything, and basically mix it up, change it up, and trying to make a life out of a new life to it, like a new version, a new way of like seeing the song with the production and everything, in order to have a different experience from the songs, you know?
Yeah, because people are yearning for some kind of experience during these times.
Exactly.
Yeah, and not just going to the beach and then finding everybody wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so these like kind of reimagined versions are gonna start coming out like every couple weeks, and then the whole reimaginated album is coming out.
And then we have another idea that we kind of like did the testing, and it was really nice. Is that I don't know if you like Tori Moi or like Pink Floyd, but those two have like Pink Floyd have like Live at Pompeii, and then Toro did something at I think in the desert in Arizona, and I think I liked it very much. So what we're trying to do now is like we've been slacking on that right now, but I think we're gonna try to do a whole live concert recorded on our rooftop.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah,
Yeah, so it looks already awesome. We have two songs already recorded like that, but we want to do a whole full thing. And so now that we're like this, it's like take advantage. Like now that we're not gonna be able to play, like we're gonna have our first live concert album or
that's
video.
cool.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, yeah, it is crazy, and well, you know, that's another creative way that this pandemic has challenged, or another way this pandemic has challenged your creativity, and that's new ways of thinking of things. Because I know for me, I've started to reach out bands in Argentina and Chile, and doing these virtual interviews, which if it wasn't for the pandemic, I would have not thought of that.
Yeah, we're very grateful because we've thought of exactly that. It's like we would not have thought of doing like a very cool recorded, video of us playing live.
Yeah, and I'm excited now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, no? Like if you're a fan of the band, it's like they're gonna do this. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. You know?
Yeah,
I was even thinking. I didn't talk to Julia about it, but I was even thinking about making a book.
oh,
You know?
see, you're gonna start writing.
And all this stuff, but it's just like because I've been like I show you the book of bass meets and tops, and it's like really music books are also really cool. I never got into them, but
Show
it's
that
also
book
really
again.
good. Huh?
Show the book again, so maybe other people could.
Yeah, like this one, it's just really beautiful, you know. Like, and when you see like the whole experience about like, you can read it, but also like it has like really kind of like for example, really beautiful. I don't know, photos or the paper is really nice. It's just a whole experience. I guess it's like we without like being able to without being able to see live shows or whatever, you kind of like look for those experiences, like those, like, you know, like
Yeah,
tactile, like
That are
physical
part of the
experience.
world, yeah, that kind
Yeah,
of fill in.
and not the computer and the screen, you know. I
exactly.
guess.
Especially straining your eyes and
Yeah.
everything. So what's like one of the first things once everything is over, once everything kind of goes back to normal, what's one of the things that you're looking forward to or that you want to do
Puerto Rico.
apart from like music and just kind of something that concentrates on yourself but in the outside world?
I think traveling, just because we're like we miss, you know, when we've traveled so much in the past few years just on music. I was literally had to send something for my passport yesterday, and looking at every stamp was like DR, Peru, Mexico, like.
Uh,
And I think, well, for me at least, I really miss that and the interaction with like other cultures. So like it's cool being in New York, but it's almost felt like too long just in New York. So for me, that would be really nice to take like a little break. Also, not be in this house, be in a different, like sleep in a different place for a few days.
right? Yeah, even if it's a hotel or someone's couch.
Exactly. So Nico always says we want to go to Puerto Rico, and we love the Caribbean, we love DR, and we love. So,
Or we were thinking about Juli has a cousin in Egypt.
Oh
We
wow.
were thinking, yeah, and
in
it's up
Cairo.
in Cairo, so we were thinking about kind of like doing like a pit stop in Europe and then go to Egypt. It's just like we need to get as far as possible from New York.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know I had a Europe trip planned like literally next week.
No,
And now
Wow.
I'm here.
sorry to hear that.
I will say though, we have a show in Chicago in a month.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it?
So we'll see. It's not canceled yet.
Oh, interesting. I know some people are trying to see like, there was some concert somewhere that they put up the concert and everybody was in their cars.
Oh yeah, they did that in Miami, didn't it? Wasn't it Farruko show in Miami?
Yeah, I think so. That's crazy. So I just wonder how live shows are going to be from now on until we get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, I won't take much of your time. I know you guys kind of prepare for later on. And what are you thinking about the LAMC this year? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I feel like we're very excited to be part of it because it's actually the first time we are part of it.
Oh, really?
We've been attending the LAMC for so many years, 10 years since we got here. I mean, on and off. We don't always go, but it's funny. Gil Cosmica, the way Nico connected with him was he went to the LAMC last year, right?
Yeah, I think LAMC is really like, I don't know. We're very, like, it's really amazing to be part of the LAMC in general. But I guess it's like, okay, coming from Colombia, the first thing you kind of like look for opportunities to go and trying to like connect in the States. And I think the LAMC has always been like a platform where you go and try to go to the festival and connect. And I never went to the LAMC. I went to the concerts because the concerts are really, really cool. Like last year, and it's my favorite thing in the world because I love to see my favorite concert are Latino concerts.
Yeah.
Because of the vibe, because the people, I just love it, and African concerts, like when a Nigerian musician comes and you see all the Africans just, because they know how, like, it feels very community oriented, and it's like everybody's on the same page, I think.
Yeah.
That's my perception through the years. So last year was like Aterciopelados in Queens. So there was a lot of people from like Colombians from Jackson Heights coming. And there was another guy, Diamante Eléctrico, also from Colombia.
Yeah.
And then I saw the other one with Hill, the one that works with Hill, no Carla Morrison, the
Gaby Moreno.
Gaby Moreno, and she did an amazing job, and she brought like so many musicians to collab, even Andre Cherry from Terciopelados, and then
I saw Girl Ultra in clubs, like even smaller shows, because you saw the big ones, like the summer stage ones.
And then last year also was Jimena Sariñara with Ile from Puerto Rico, Calle 13's sister, and then it was also Nati Peluso in Central Park, and then also it was like Vicente Garcia. No, it was really good because it's like Central Park, New York, summer, and you go there, it's free, and you have a good time, and just like, it's really nice. but also I went to the conferences, and then I was just standing around the hotel, like just walking with a friend from Dominican Republic called Carlos Aybar. And it was really crazy because then I realized like everybody was recognizing me as Salt Cathedral. And I was like, I was just acting like, like I was acting like a normal person. Like I
Yeah.
normally got a normal guy. And there's like this guy, you're from Salt Cathedral. I'm like, yes. Oh, hey, I'm a booker from Honduras, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, just like, it's the hustle. But then I realized that I was like, I wasn't into it. I was with my friend Carlos because we were supposed to go to a concert, and then I realized everybody there is for the hustle, and it was crazy to see how you can go to the festival, get the connections, make the connections, establish some stuff, go to the concerts. So I think in general, it really is a place where like people really make things happen, and it's not only like this kind of like poster festival. That's the reason why I just like we want to change management. And I remembered he was doing like something. He was like doing a conference or something like that. And then I talked to him, and he was like, well, like let's have a meeting. And before that, like that, I remember that day he had a meeting before with this Puerto Rican band called Balloon, and
Oh
and
wow.
so it was like, it's like it's crazy because Gil is very, or Gil, however, I call him Gil.
Yeah.
But he's like very, for me, it has been always like a very California centric kind of artist management. But then coming to LAMC, and I'm going to have a conversation with him, like having Balloon before, that is a Puerto Rican New York band, and then it's something really special where you see like the connections between uh, the it's a really big satellite for people if you want to like connect, and I saw a lot of friends from Dominican Republic, a lot of friends from Colombia, from Venezuela, just trying to like see what they can do or establish relationships. So sometimes like I think LAMC can be, it is already like a senior festival, and it can be looked as like South by Southwest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes the South by Southwest, everybody's like, it's the same, but it isn't. Like every time you go to South by Southwest, there's so always possibilities to connect
Well, because the
with
industry
somebody.
changes.
The industry changes, the people change it, there's a new energy,
Yeah.
and it's just like a really good hub for people to connect. If you want to hustle or you want to establish certain things, it's a really good place.
And if you exist in that world, no, which is the Latin American alternative. So,
Yeah.
we're not talking about like the Shakiras and the Juaneses. We're not talking about it's a very specific thing.
It's very specific, and the audience is there for that specificity.
And I love it. I think we love it because the thing is like, I don't know if I sound very dated, but I think it's kind of like, it's really nice to, you know, I don't know if like if you feel this, but there's a lot of like, there's more bands and there's more like different kind of like projects coming from Latinos that are more edgy. And yeah, they can be Latinos, but that doesn't mean that it's a category. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like they're like in the same, as same as everybody else. And so I think this is kind of like a really cool place to regroup with people that have like a similar background.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It feels like home. It feels like awesome to talk in Spanish the whole time as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. My Spanish is still a little broken, so I would kind of like go back and forth a lot. And this is actually my first time attending it. I'm kind of sad that it has to be virtual and not, take the trip to New York.
You gotta do it next year because like also there's something very magical about, I don't know, sometimes I ask myself like if New York is magical or not, but then you realize whenever you see a show in the middle of Central Park and there's like four artists. I remember
Yeah,
seeing
that's what I'm
Jimena, Nati
thinking.
Peluso, and then you see all the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans from different generations, and you're in the middle of Central Park, and you're like, you feel like this also belongs to me, in a
Yeah,
way, it's
yeah,
like this belongs to me as well, and it's amazing. It's a great feeling to feel like fucking Central Park is for you as well.
Yeah, I can't wait for next year already. I hope it's, you know, back to normal by then and we can regroup, have some coffee out there. You guys could show me the place. Last time I was in New York, I was like 10 years old.
Oh no, you have to come back.
I know, so I haven't experienced this as an adult. I haven't gotten drunk on the streets. I haven't been able to pay for my own stuff. So it's going to be a great experience this next.
No, you gotta go. You
It
gotta go.
will be.
It's good.
Well, hey, thank you guys for talking with me, and it's always great to talk to you guys. I always love seeing you guys when you are in LA and catch you around shows, and I hope we can connect soon.
Yeah, Byron.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the virtual. What time does it start exactly?
I think it already started. There's already
Already
some
started.
panels on the Twitch. They put the Twitch on the website, which is really cool.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
All right, you guys. Hasta la próxima.
Hasta la
Ciao, ciao.
próxima. Un abrazo.